What's up, runners? Today we're going to dive into Void, the sneakiest and arguably the most controversial runner. This is part 3 in our series exploring the runners of Marathon and their abilities. You can find the full playlist down below, and while you're down there, like and subscribe to help share this video and keep up to date on Marathon. Void is a stealth specialist, with their entire kit dedicated to being invisible or blocking line of sight. First revealed to us as stealth in Joe Ziegler's developer commentary last year, Void had been controversial from the start due to the concept art showing them turning invisible. At the same time, Hidden Xperia commented that they had tried the character and it was indeed wrong. Visually, the Void frame carries a very muted scheme with blacks, grays, and whites, and just a touch of red in the eyes. This lets them blend into the shadows just a bit better than other runners such as Locus. The closest Destiny comparison to this runner would be a Hunter. Specifically, Void Hunter, as they also specialize in invisibility and smokes, though the actual functions of these are very different between games. Void, like other characters, has 2 passive abilities, however one of these is actually a third active ability that only works while airborne. This Shadow Dive allows you to quickly descend out of the air to slam a smoke disc into the ground, creating a smoke field. This is useful for breaking fall damage, ambushing a player on lower ground, or deploying an emergency smoke for you and your team. Shroud is Void's second passive, which enables their invisibility to work with their kit, and adds more synergy with enemy smoke or your own smoke grenades. This passive automatically activates invisibility while you are inside any smoke effect, friendly or otherwise. After leaving the smoke radius, the invisibility persists for about 3 seconds. This makes Void extremely hard to fight in or near smokes, and means your own smoke can be used against you. Void's active camo is their tactical ability. This ability allows you to activate your invisibility for 15 seconds. During this time, if you take any offensive action, are hurt, or use abilities or consumables, you will break invisibility to do so. Then, if you finish this action, you will return to being invisible after roughly a second. This effect is incredibly powerful and is probably the main reason people think he's overpowered. Finally, Void's ultimate is Smokescreen. Activating this ability causes you to throw a disc that deploys a smoke field on impact and then releases more discs in front of itself, creating a large wall of smoke grenades. This can be used defensively or offensively, but beware, smokes benefit whoever plays around them better. When you put the whole kit together, Void's ability set is actually 3 active abilities and 1 passive that ties them together. On its own, active camo is the only thing directly applying invisibility, and does so extremely effectively on a relatively fast 60-second cooldown. However, Shroud means that every ability is able to make you invisible with different degrees of power, and Void is particularly powerful when bringing smoke grenades or as a counter to other Voids. In a straight fight, this kit makes Void extremely slippery, capable of repeatedly taking unexpected angles, and a very competent 1v3 runner. If we're going to talk the preferred loadout for Void, due to his passive having a very short window of invisibility out of smoke, and active camo providing the opportunity to return to invisibility after firing, Void can work with any weapons, but excels with high burst damage weapons in extremely close or far ranges. Ideally, shotguns, snipers, or other similar weapons. A full auto mid-range weapon such as an assault rifle or an SMG is no doubt dangerous, but the slower time to kill allows much more counterplay from the enemy, as well as delaying how quickly you return to being invisible. Meanwhile, shotguns would allow you to maximize your value by playing aggressively with smokes, fighting inside and around them with almost instant downs. Or sniping would let you get the most angles with invisibility and prevent the enemy from using your own smokes to advance on you in the mid-range. Learning to properly utilize smoke placement would be paramount to getting the most from Void. Perhaps the single most important thing to remember about utility such as smokes or barriers in a shooter is that they are neutral utility. They always provide benefits to both you and the enemy, and you cannot outright prevent giving the enemy some value. Only optimize your usage, try to give yourself more value than you're giving the enemy every time you use a smoke. For example, throwing a smoke at an enemy in a large window who is shooting you does let you reposition safely, but it also allows the enemy to do so. If you're able to place the smoke more precisely to block a safe push or angle from the enemy, while also leaving their escape exposed or ensuring they can't exit the sides of the smoke, you can start to push how much value the smoke is giving you. Void is still a very safe runner, with a lot of diversions and utility from their invisibility, that they fit very well into almost any team composition or even as a solo. Almost no one can escape a sticky situation and return to revive like Void can. In a team, Void would really benefit from the information Blackbird provides, since he can safely push the pinged targets. Glitch, Locust, and other Voids still work well with you, as they can aggressively push other angles. Void has, so far, the most neutral game potential synergies of any runner, since Shroud interacts with smoke grenades that you and your teammates can bring, providing exponentially more value as you get more and more invisibility time. They are a very solid pick that both beginners and experienced players could rely on to make it out alive. What do you think about Void? Is the invisibility too strong or just right? Check out the playlist for our other runner deep dives. Thank you very much for joining me today. Next time we are covering our final runner, Glitch, and I will see you all again very, very soon.